White show.
Which one, old man, that ain't got time to shake your head? Get that style check, put it in pockets like it's back, going downtown.
So Crysis 3 takes place right after Crysis 2, or well, not right after, but soon after. At the end of Crysis 2, the white guy, I believe he's white, I don't know, gets absorbed by the black guy, Prophet. I think that's how it went. And right off the bat, you're kind of thrown in with Psycho, who's probably the only really major cool character in the series for me. And you have to go after Cell, who's basically using the alien technology to control the world or take over the world. But then, you know, not all as it seems. All the good guys are actually bad. And we're going to get into what I liked about the story and what Slasher didn't later. But basically the idea is alien invasion is still happening from 2, and the good guys are once the good guys are now the bad guys.
That's not the Psycho I used to know.
Things change.
The bat, the gameplay is really similar to 2, but some things are changed. So similar. But a couple of things have changed. One, there's a bow. I don't know if it's a trend right now, but everybody seems to want to put a bow in their fucking game.
I know.
And I'll get to that later of why I found it odd that it's a bow of all things. But it's the bow is definitely a new addition. Of course, you still have all your powers such as shield. What's the other one?
The camo, the like stealth thing.
Stealth. And I think that's it. And well, of course, you're super powered, so
Yeah.
And you can jump really far like the Hulk.
You got a fucking awesome suit, you know.
Yeah, you kind of look like a Guyver for all your anime fans.
Yeah, I know what that is.
See, he knows what that is.
I know, and I'm not even a huge anime fan. Oh, and I just want to say real quick before anybody wonders, our bows are the same size. Just saying. Hey.
So the other new additions is definitely the stories of the campaign is definitely a bigger game than 2. At least towards the end of the game, it's more open world. It's not open world, but it's an open hub, so you can kind of do your own thing, kill guys your own way, and there's secondary missions and all that. But the game is definitely straightforward. You want to take down the aliens, and the gameplay is very similar to 1 and 2, just added tweaks here and there.
Warning. Insurgent activity reported in perimeter structure.
Move forward! We're gonna smoke him out!
Which one, old man, that ain't got time to shake your head? Get that style check, put it in pockets like it's back, going downtown.
Starting off with the good, right off the bat, and I'm sure you agree with me here, great graphics. I mean,
Oh, amazing.
It's the staple of the series. If Crysis didn't have good graphics, that's like, I don't know.
I don't know. What is that? What would that mean?
That would mean the world's ending.
I
That would-
guess.
That would mean Asian women have boobs again, and black women have no ass. God, why do I keep talking about Asians and black?
I don't know, man. But this is focus. The goods, the graphics, they're
good.
amazing. Like it's like you sat yourself from a microwave and your brain just popped.
Boom, pop. Just like...
Pop, graphical.
Okay, so, now, Slasher didn't seem to really like the story, but I think it's the best story so far in the titles, just because there is a story.
Well, hold on. Let me say something. I do think that it is probably out of all the. I didn't play 1, and I think it's better. Its story is better than 2, but I guess maybe because I haven't played them all like consecutively, or I don't know. I just think the story is a weaker aspect of the game, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's not a great story by any means, but there's actual characters. Psycho's an actual good side character. He should have been the main character.
Yeah.
And Prophet's a pretty much, regular old Master Chief badass type. Another thing I really liked is that Crysis always had this solid gameplay, and it always had the powers to kind of keep it separate from the generic military shooters. It's not amazingly different, but I think it's solid enough to definitely put in the good section. And the last good thing I have to think of is solid enough online. It's not going to kind of take you away from like the Halos and Call of Duties, but it definitely give you months of enjoyment if you really are a competitive shooter.
And again, that's due to the powers, because the powers make it a very unique experience. So,
Exactly.
Being able to cloak and come up on somebody and use your armor to defend from, incoming attacks. That's what makes Crysis in a way. So it's extended to the multiplayer.
Exactly. You're like a fucking predator, really. That's what you are, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now the bad. Unless, did you have any other good things you want to add into it? Or
Well, I just add out of the good, I guess the one other thing I know we already talked about the graphics, but good God, the character detail in the faces up close is great.
It is. It
I
really.
mean, you can see like their pores and stuff, and I didn't cry, but I almost did because I got so into that. But never mind. Oh yeah, it's all for the good.
Gotcha. Now the bad. And this is
Bad.
something that I agree with you. Like you said, the campaign's missing something. I feel what it's missing is pace.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
The first mission, I guess a good tutorial mission, but it felt so out of place. Like,
Yes.
Like we should have started off in the jungle, not on a ship where it doesn't showcase the graphics really well.
It's dark. It doesn't showcase the graphics, and you kind of really don't know what the fuck's going on. It really
Yeah.
just, boom, slaps you in there. And actually, for me, I really felt bad about the game until I got to the jungle, like the Everglades area.
Yeah, I totally agree. I was doing this mission like, why the fuck am I here? Basically, you get dropped. Prophet's back. The black dude's back in town. Psycho's back. Why the fuck did you come back from? I mean, all this shit's just randomly happening. You just kind of have to go along with it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you look like a bitch.
Yeah, actually, you expect these people to come out and go like, we're on a boat, now keep going, just fucking going. Oh, it just felt like you were put damn slam, bang, bam, booble in there, and you're like, why am I doing this? It's dark, it's windy, it's cold, I want to be home by a fireplace, eating some cocoa, drink cocoa. Instead, you're fucking with this guy who keeps talking, and oh my god, that guy won't shut up at the beginning.
Oh.
Good character, but whoo.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Psycho does not shut up. But going along with that, another bad thing is it's very, very short.
Like how short would you say?
I would say as short as an H.
I mean, you would compare it? I would compare it to the length of like Call of Duty campaigns.
I would. If you do the secondary missions, you're definitely going to get a little bit more gameplay because they spread them out so far at the end.
Yes, true. But on that topic of bad with this, is that I don't think they do a very good job of pointing out the secondary.
They
Like I
don't.
didn't even realize there were secondary objectives to like towards the end of the game. I was like, what?
Yeah, and they don't tell you. They just kind of expect you to go to the marker, but there's like 3 of them, and you're just thinking you do one, and then they go away, and you're like, oh, I guess we could have went to any of them. Instead of telling you, hey, there's a side mission. Did you know that? Did you know we're like an RPG now?
I didn't know.
But yeah, very short. I would say 5-6 hours tops.
Yeah.
And the one last bad thing before we get into the ugly is there's definitely a few glitches in this game, which is really surprising coming from 1 and 2. I would get, like, my weapons would disappear. The biggest one is Psycho got stuck behind the wall 3 times while I had to follow him. And I was like, dude, are you going to fucking move? I shot him. You can't hurt him. He's invincible. He's Superman. And it was just really, really annoying. So I don't know why there were any glitches, especially from Crytek.
I think it's a rush development. Obviously, 2 had a lot more time put into it than 3.
Oh, yeah. Totally agree. You could just tell from the length of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we get into the ugly, did you have any bad things, which is basically kind of in the middle? Like, could have been better.
Yeah, I mean, basically the same things you were saying. It's just a couple glitches, and I don't know. We're right on top of each other on this one. Not literally, guys, but we are seeing eye
I
to eye.
bet you
on
guys
this game.
like that, don't you?
You like that? No, but we are seeing eye to eye right here, so we're good to go on this. I follow your thoughts almost to a T.
Okay, so, and we just talked about before the review, but I think we both agree here. The terrible boss battles
Terrible.
take so long. They're not
Terrible.
fun.
They're
The
terrible.
finishers are fucking dumb.
Terrible.
It's terrible. Really. If you want to sum up something, you just go, it's fucking terrible. And that's what the boss battles are. It's just not fun. I give the boss battles like a 2 out of 10.
Which final man that ain't got to shake your head? Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
Like just the game feels soulless to me. And here's another thing I think too. Crysis 3 probably shouldn't have been called Crysis 3. It almost feels like it's an expansion.
Yeah.
I really feel like because of the length and everything, it almost feels like an expansion. I guess we could get in that debate of what consists of expansion. It doesn't feel like as big of a step, I guess. For some
I
reason.
agree. And they did Warhead, which was the expansion of 1, and that felt just like this. Like, it was good, but not a full-blown next Crisis.
Eh.
I don't know. 2 definitely, to me, felt it was a big jump, so...
Yes, and 2, I will say, even though I didn't love 2, like, I was more enthralled with the set pieces and stuff in that, and the story, I think, in 2 than I was in 3.
Exactly.
Even though 3, I thought I liked the setting and stuff, some of the mission objectives better in 3, but, oh gosh, just all this Crysis talk's making me all nervous.
So To sum it up, it's a 5-6 hour adventure.
Yeah.
The online, like I said, it's solid enough that you'll probably enjoy it if you're a shooting fan and like the powers. But I can't imagine this will last more than a couple of months in terms of a major community. It's a good game.
Yes,
It's a good game, and I'm about to get into my verdict separately from this. But it's a good game, solid, but just it's not.
Could have been so much more.
Could have been so much more. And Slasher, you normally don't give out ratings, but in terms of if you're talking to someone and they're like, hey, should I piss on this game and steal it from my friend, or should I rent it, or should
I know, you know, since I'm your guest on your reviews, I will give you the little definition here, and I will say rent this motherfucker, and if you buy it, wait for a price drop, because I think it already did drop to 40 already.
It did.
So Bomba.
Bomba?
It's called Bomba when things drop in price like that quick. Bomb like a bomb. Bomba. Not La Bomba. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up. But yes, go rent it if you're interested, or buy it when it's 20, which it inevitably is gonna hit. Obviously, at this point.
Yeah, it'll probably be 20 within about 2 months.
Early. Yeah, like early. So just saying. But that's it for me.
And then you can watch my clip. It's so beautiful. You see my face again. I'm sure you're sick of it by now, but
I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna watch it all right now. I got my popcorn ready.
My main question comes down to why does he use a bow? This is the future. We have alien technology now. We stole it from them. You know, we're corrupt. Why do we steal? We're America. But I need to know why, in general, is he using a bow? Have you seen Zoids? Have you seen Gundam? We should be shooting missiles out of our fucking shoulders. Be shooting missiles out of our toes. Titty missiles, you know? Like Digimon. Or why is Prophet back? The dude shot himself. His mind shattered. Just crazy, boom, dead. And Prophet takes over his body, and we got Prophet. Why has this become like invaded body snatchers or something? Weird shit. Crysis definitely worth the rent. It's really nothing more than that, but unfortunately, it's not, you know, on the level of Crysis 2. So, sorry, little Crysis. You don't get the must-buy award. Now, when a game is that good, ooh. Can I get taken off YouTube for this? I mean, technically, it's just a disc, but the only thing that could really fit in there, though, would be like an Asian. No offense to Asians. I love you guys. And I love black people. In case you got offended when I said body snatcher, I didn't mean that as a racist term. I don't think that could be a racist term anyway. I'm not saying that black people steal people's bodies. Unless they're like gangsters and they shoot them and then put them in the river, then kind of steal the body from wherever you shot him from. Go shut up now.
Come on! I'm alright, just go! Shit! Armor! Cycle down! Well, I don't know about you, but I call that fucking flawless.